Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities are Mother Nature.
So today we're heading from Prince Rupert, BC, into the Khutzeymateen Inlet, 50 miles north. Hi everybody, welcome to episode 9, Khutzeymateen Part 1.
We're going to see the bears now. So this is our final trip. We're going from Prince Rupert up to the Khutzeymateen. We're leaving, and a few highs and lows throughout this video. We left Prince Rupert in bright sunshine, and an hour later we were out in thick fog that was too dense to feel safe traveling through. So we sat out there for about 4 hours waiting for the fog to lift. Even though we had radar, we just decided that it wasn't the best decision to go. These aren't local waters for us, and so that was the first stop, but we did carry on that day. We made it to our first destination, which was a beautiful anchorage called Trail Bay.
So we decided that we were just going to spend one night in Trail Bay, only because it was getting late in the day and we were still 25 miles away from the Khutzeymateen, and because we were going into that inlet that we really have limited information about, we said no, let's just stay here for the day. And we ended up staying for 2 nights because it was just so serene and beautiful in there.
And then the Khutzeymateen Inlet itself is almost 15 miles deep. It's a gorge that runs through these fantastic steep mountains. It was a nice, beautiful day going in there, but that comes with its own problems. There's a limited anchorage, and the weather changes quickly. It brings up huge gusts of wind. So when we arrived at the Khutzeymateen, we had some issues on whether we felt safe anchoring in there. We were the only boat, which leaves you a little bit suspect. We finally dropped the hook. It was a fantastic experience, but from our video, hopefully you can understand just how large this area it is. Trying to get information about the area at anchor, the ranger station, where we're allowed to go, was all very, very difficult.
Yeah, there's really nothing online before you go. You can look at the BC Parks page, and it tells you that the sanctuary is there and how it was established and so on. But it doesn't tell you whether you need a permit. It doesn't give you any phone numbers, any email addresses. There's really nothing that you can do ahead of time to figure out whether you can even go in there or not.
The other part of the highs and lows is because it's such a huge area, yes, there's bears there and we could see them, but it felt like, I said to Helly, we were at the Super Bowl and we were in row 1035 in seats A and B. We were so far away, we needed binoculars, we needed long range lenses, and even then we could barely see them, but we could see them. So it was a high that we could see the bears, but we thought, oh my gosh, is this it? Or is this as close as we're going to get?
We've come all this way and we can make out this little blip on the drying flat. But, stay with us because it did get better, and we have so much footage of just being in the Khutz. So hopefully this first video will pique your interest and sort of keep you interested. And part 2 will be out next week, and we may do a part 3, I'm not sure yet. But we do promise you that you are going to see some really incredible footage of grizzly bears up close, and a lot of still photography as well, because what an experience. And we'll leave it at that. That's all we're going to tell you.
we found the Holy Grail. How's that?
Oh yeah, we found the Holy Grail. And if you're wondering what that's even about, you need to watch the video all the way to the end, and then you'll get why we've called this In Search of the Holy Grail. Bye.
Hi there. It's been a long day, so we're gonna drink wine. No music, nothing. No on the boat. Again, this is unusual. And huge anchorage all to ourselves. So this is Trail Bay, and we're about 25 miles from the head of the Khutzeymateen right now. So I'm looking forward to getting in there tomorrow. It's crazy. It's just so eerie. All we have is the noise of a hummingbird that keeps coming by the boat. Oh, and drinking wine noises.
Now Tuesday, May 31st. We still haven't made it to the Khutzeymateen. We are right now still in Trail Bay. We decided that since it took us 8.5, 9 hours to get here yesterday when it should have taken 5 because of the fog delay, that we were going to stay here another night and enjoy this. Still no bears, no wildlife of any kind except for a sweet little hummingbird that keeps coming by, but we decided that we're having nachos, margaritas. We're listening to Garth Brooks on Sirius Radio.
Playing crib.
And we're playing crib. And I think I'm actually winning at the moment. That never happens. So yeah, it doesn't get much nicer than this.
Still by ourselves. No other boats yet.
the Khutzeymateen Inlet. And what an amazing place this is. The scenery is absolutely spectacular. We're the only pleasure boat in here. This area behind us here will dry at low tide. And panning back around to the bow. Sorry folks. That goes to the head of the Khutzeymateen River. And I don't know if you can see, it might be too small, but there's a white buoy just to the left. That marks the imaginary line across this inlet where pleasure craft cannot pass to preserve the sanctuary, I guess. It apparently all dries, so what we're looking at right now is at high tide, and it'll be interesting to see what it looks like at low tide and whether we see any bears or not. But there aren't a whole ton of areas here to see bears. We actually thought it would be a lot grassier than it is, but nevertheless it's a really gorgeous place to drop anchor, and we'll see how it goes.
Trail Bay the last 2 nights.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Everything's just covered.
Nice in Trail Bay though.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. We do some food fish prawning in there during winter.
Yeah, you have to say something now. Thanks guys.
Welcome to the Khutzeymateen.
Thank you.
There's proof that we made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. And if you have any questions or concerns.
Okay, enjoy your herring
and
eggs.
the name of your vessel?
Tease for
Sailboat?
2. Tease for 2.
T for 2.
Yes.
Just letter T?
T-E-A-S-E.
Okay.
You go down the bow, you'll see it.
Helen's English, I'm Canadian, so that's why I'm playing on it.
Okay, bye guys.
Have a good night.
Anyway, we've been told that the wind will blow down here in the evenings, and we should not be concerned about it, according to the rangers.
We made it.
Stepping on your roller coaster, going down, but I never felt this high. Biggest ride of the century. Wanna drop into the ocean, wanna feel like we're the only ones around, but I'm lost, you got me clueless.
Cheers. Good. Now it's slow down time, going home. Cheers.
How it feels when you're not around. And I don't want you, but I can't deny. There's something about you, there's something about you. It took some time to realize. There's something about you. And even though I know it breaks me down, 'cause you always
Screw the Great Bear Rainforest. It's Great Hamburger Rainforest.
When lights are round table, we dance where we're able. We do routines before the scenes, the footwork in fake cable. We dine well here in Camelot, we eat ham and jam and Spamalot.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this week's episode, Khutzeymateen Part 1, In Search of the Holy Grail. And we'll see you next week for Khutzeymateen Part 2.
you can reach the sky while I'm stuck here on the
necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities are Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities.